What's your plan? What do you want to do?
Honestly, I wasn't sure until I had the conversation with you yesterday. And I do think that even though I know me and Saint would be fine on our own, you know, we're more than capable. We've done it before and we can do it again. I genuinely do like the idea of, because I like the idea of the small roadman group. I really do. And obviously I would include, I would like to include Saint in that, but if that's something that the majority doesn't want, then it is what it is. But like I say, I would struggle to see myself
In a big group again.
in a big group again, especially with a bunch of people that like I don't really know like that, because I just miss the boys, like the regardless of gang, group, family, whatever the fuck, like or whatever, you know what I mean? We all friends and family at the end of the day, and I would miss that. That is something that would heavily weigh me down. You know what I mean? I can't even lie. And I don't want it to sound like I've got fucking oh, actually, let me check how much we got. We're on 2.6, and I don't know. I don't want it to sound like I've got a fear of like losing my friends, but at the same time, I kind of do, because to me, like friends and family is everything, right? Like, it's everything. Like, I don't really care.
I think that's a fear for all of us, though. Like, bro,
I don't really
you
like.
don't think I have the same thing?
Yeah, of course, and I do get your point of like, you know, you want people to be proactive, you want people to be making money, to be putting in the effort and stuff, but and that's a completely fair thing, and I think the people that aren't willing to do that, maybe they should go. But I think I was a lot closer to, you know, yourself and SK and Tar, and even like Denzel when I was hanging around with him. I obviously haven't seen him in a while, and even James as well, right? Like, you know, and that doesn't mean that I obviously Saint goes isn't in there as well, and there's a few more, but that doesn't mean that I don't, you know, I won't miss Steve or Vince or, you know, Shanks or whoever else. It's just, I think that core people, my clique, I guess, I would miss. I would miss, and that's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
So if the opportunity were there, and what you said about the smaller group with the 5 that you mentioned, or whoever it may be, just the smaller group in general, if that were to arise, not that I'm going to push for it, because I want everybody to do their own thing that they want to do, but if that were to arise and that was something that we did have a genuine conversation about, and it was like roadmen, for instance, because I don't think if we do something again, we should use the MANDEM name. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah, no, 100% not.
Don't get me wrong, I love the MANDEM. I'll always be MANDEM. Even if I'm not MANDEM, I'm still MANDEM. I'll be MANDEM till the day I die.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
the MANDEM then would never be the MANDEM now. It would need to be something new. And I think that we have, I do think that roadmen is definitely a possibility, just because you gotta remember that for the roadmen, that was this. It was the come up. It was from nothing to everything. And we did it fucking well, bro. We did it very well. And I think one thing I will say though is, if we did a small group like that, I don't think there should be a leader. At least not.
Then we never had a leader, bro. We never did.
What? In what?
In Roadman. Like, as much as you and Sparky kind of took charge, there was never a leader.
No, because the way that me and SK did things was always everybody's opinion was completely valid no matter where you stood. So your opinion, even if you know, SK was considered leader or whatever, or I was considered leader, your opinion was just as valid. So it didn't feel like it was a leadership type thing, you know?
Do you know what it was? Because we tried to do the same thing with Mandem, where everyone's opinion's valid, but it becomes a point when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, but there wasn't too many
Bro, I
cooks in
can't
the
get in.
kitchen because there was so little of us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you know when, like, listen, a long time ago, man, like a long time ago now, we're probably talking, I can't get in, bro. We're probably talking like 10 years ago now. Like I used to be in a gang with like, no, I can't get in, brother. I used to be in a gang with like Miguel and Saint and some other people like Raul and shit. And in that gang there was no leader, and that shit ran for years. Like that was like that was a gang that ran for like maybe a bit more years. And it wasn't like a. So remember like 5 years ago how like everybody would look at like CG as like the top dogs. That was what we had without a leader, and it proves that you don't need a leader to be great. Everybody just has to be on the same page.